Let's talk a little bit about a quantum biological perspective of the heart. The heart is an incredible organ in the body. It has the largest electromagnetic field of the body, much larger than the brain. It sends more signals actually to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. The heart has its own unique nervous system. Over 50,000 neurons in the heart create this sensing, responding awareness that is exclusive to the heart. The heart is actually a sensitive conductor of information in the field. That electromagnetic field that radiates out sometimes beyond 6 feet holds information about our emotional state and our neurological state. It holds that information in the electromagnetic field. Now, this is something that we're used to measuring in modern conventional medicine. We measure the electromagnetic field of the brain with an EEG. We measure that field of the heart with an EKG. We measure that in our cells. Our cells actually generate their own electromagnetic field and they communicate with that field. It regulates their behavior, their migration and movement. It even regulates their differentiation, how a cell becomes a nose or a knee. That is guided by electromagnetic fields. So we know that electromagnetic fields hold energy and information, and the heart is no different. That enormous electromagnetic field that the heart emits holds information about our emotional state, our neurological state, our state of coherence. There's something called heart-brain coherence, and this is based on a lot of the research out from Heart Math Institute, from Dan Winter, Roland McCready, so many different pioneers in this field, showing that when that electromagnetic field of the heart is in training the electromagnetic field of the brain, many incredible things happen. We start to become wired in our frontal lobe where rational thoughts can happen. Our nervous system becomes calm and balanced. There are two branches of our nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system deals with rest, digest, you're safe, we can repair. Whereas the sympathetic nervous system is that alert, danger branch of the nervous system, that fight, flight, or freeze, danger, alert branch of the nervous system. When we are in heart-brain coherence, when that electromagnetic field is in training the electromagnetic field of the brain, our nervous system is calm and balanced between that parasympathetic nervous system and that sympathetic nervous system. So many of us in modern life are living in this sympathetic dominant life, from our work schedules, for the constant need for productivity, being glued into the news and the chaos and destruction that is happening in our everyday news cycle, the division that's happening in our society. All of these shunt us into that fight or flight sympathetic mode. And so entering into a state of heart coherence allows us to find balance in that nervous system. That translates and impacts our immune system, our hormonal system, our metabolic system, so many different things in the body. I have several heart coherence exercises on my channel that you can go check out from the perspective of heart coherence, from the perspective of light, from the perspective of plasma. All of those things are here and you can check them out down below on my page. But this idea that the heart can entrain different things, that coherence can ripple throughout the body and have a powerful impact on our body, is something that is really underappreciated in mainstream medicine. There was a recent research study out that showed that the heartbeat sends certain signals to the brain. It actually creates this quantum spin, this quantum effect in the water lining our neurons, in the protons, specifically in that water. The study suggested that our heart and brain are quantum entangled. using water, that structured, organized, easy liquid crystal water, those coherent domains of water, using those as a bridge for this quantum entanglement that can exist between the heart and the brain. And it's not just within our body, right? HeartMath Institute has shown that the information held in my electromagnetic field that's being emanated out from my heart is contagious. It can help build and bolster someone else's heart coherence and the state of their nervous system and heart rate variability, or it can degrade that depending on what's being held in my field. HeartMath Institute has also done incredible research showing that our state of coherence, when we have a group of people practicing heart coherence, it affects the geomagnetic field of the earth. There is a geomagnetic field that's unique to the earth, and it seems to respond to groups of people practicing and getting in the state of heart coherence. In fact, they did a research study recently with trees and the electrical conduction and activity in a tree. They had people practice heart coherence, send it to a specific tree, and they could measure a dramatic increase in the electrical conduction of that tree. Absolutely incredible. What does this mean for us? It means that getting into a state of heart coherence can have dramatic impacts not only on our health, but the health of our families, our communities, and the world at large. At the Quantum Biology Health Institute, we are currently studying the effects of heart coherence practice on mitochondrial function because we know how important mitochondrial function is. It has been associated with every modern disease out there. A dip in mitochondrial function has been associated with every modern disease out there, making it foundational to our health. And if we can show that heart coherence practice affects that, it's my hope that we can push medicine, science, and society towards a more heart-centered approach and a way of life. Thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned for more.